Okay, get this. Did you know there's a tiger that lives in the snow? Not like a fluke, but a full-on hunts in the Siberian winter tiger? I mean, how wild is that?
Wait, hold on. Are you serious? A tiger? The Panthera tigris? The poster child for the tropical jungle? You're telling me this animal, which is perfectly designed for hot, humid forests, just decided to pack its bags and move to the Siberian taiga? That makes absolutely zero biological sense. See? That's what I'm talking about. It's a total evolutionary paradox. Which brings us to the real question we have to figure out. How on earth is this even possible?
Okay, look, let's just break this down because my brain is kind of short-circuiting. The tiger is Asia's largest carnivore. Its entire genetic makeup, its whole evolutionary history, is basically screaming, I belong in warm climates. Exactly. It's a textbook example of Indomalayan fauna. It's supposed to be hanging out with Asiatic lions and elephants. This is an animal that evolved to be perfectly camouflaged in lush, leafy forests, not crunching through snowdrifts.
Right. So to figure this out, we have to look at the map, and not a road map, but the invisible biological map that divides the continent. And what we're looking at here is a pretty serious evolutionary mismatch.
All right, so first you've got the Indomalayan realm. This is the tiger's home turf, its ancestral land. We're talking the Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, think tropical, subtropical. This is its evolutionary comfort zone. And then there's this, the Palearctic realm, which covers most of Eurasia and, critically, Siberia. This is taiga country, boreal forests, temperate climates. It's a completely different world. It's basically like a surfer from California deciding to move to Anchorage. Okay, look at the biology here. This chart just lays it all out. You're going from tropical forests to taiga, from a warm, pretty stable climate to severe seasonal shifts, which is just a nice way of saying unbelievably cold. But that last line, that's the killer. Lack of liquid water. How does a mammal built for the tropics survive in a place where all the water is frozen solid for months on end? And that's it. That's the heart of the mystery right there. The question isn't just that it crossed this invisible line, but how in the world it managed to survive after it did. This is the great survival riddle.
No, listen to this part. The research says it requires significant morphological and behavioral divergence. That's just scientists speak for it had to totally re-engineer itself. This isn't the same tiger you'd find in India. To survive, it had to become something new.
Okay, significant divergence sounds impressive, but what does that actually mean in practice? Like, did it just grow a thicker coat? I mean, yeah, enhanced fur density, obviously, but what about unique fat reserves? Or, and this would be the really crazy part, could it actually shift its metabolic rate on demand? That's like trying to re-engineer your car's engine while you're driving through a blizzard. And you have to remember, these two realms didn't just appear yesterday. This division was set up over tens of millions of years. We're talking about supercontinents like Laurasia and Gondwana splitting apart and crashing into each other. So this fence, this biological dividing line, it's been there for a very, very long time. For a tiger to just hop over it is, well, it's just astounding. But this is where the story takes a really sharp turn. After pulling off this unbelievable evolutionary feat, after becoming this ultimate survivor, it's now facing a completely different kind of pressure. Yeah, and the irony is just brutal. The one thing that should have been its greatest challenge, the cold, it totally conquered. The research is very clear on this. The ultimate pressure on the Amur tiger today has nothing to do with the environment it's so brilliantly mastered. It's us. It's always us, isn't it? Uncontrolled industry, roads and development slicing up its territory, poaching, and just the sheer pressure from dense human populations. For a tiny, isolated group of animals already living on the absolute fringe of their biological limits, any one of those things could be the final nail in the coffin. So you've got an animal that passes this million-year-long final exam from Mother Nature, this impossible test of adaptation, only to walk straight into a pop quiz from humanity that it was never, ever prepared for. And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? This animal did something that should have been impossible. It proved that life can find a way, even in the most extreme places on Earth. So the question we're left with is, After conquering an entire continent's climate, can this evolutionary marvel possibly survive its newest and by far its most dangerous predator?